Ooh, good morning or good afternoon, I guess I should say. It's 12. Just going live. I'm doing my daily live early today. I'm trying to be organized. I can actually see people coming in the live now. Because before people would come in, but the way I have my phone set up, I wouldn't always see. So, I've been coming live every day now for, oh my God, it's like, I think it's been 2 months. I've been telling my story about being gang stalked in Toronto, which is not fun. Having one stalker is bad enough, but then having that stalker be extremely manipulative, be able to influence people against you, get into your social networks, be a hacker, a spiritualist, and have a babble of people at your disposal to gang stalk people has been ridiculous. It's been a nightmare. So I tell people about constantly, like, the effect that has on other people, like you being. Hey YouTube, check out Can Boutique for super trendy dresses and genuine furs on clearance as low as 70% off. Prices starting as low as $27 Canadian. Visit www.shopcan.com. On other people, like you being one person just coming in for a brief harassing interaction with someone, you're not realizing that they're having that experience all day long, multiple times a day, every single day for years. And it's incredibly abusive. It's insane. It's very grueling. It's tough. I had very good boundaries, and I'm naturally a person that could get through something like this because I'm not a person who needs like a lot of social interaction. Let me just go over the list of things that I had to say because I cover a lot of this in what I do have to say. The point of me making this live today is to really encourage people to focus on breaking out. You can't relax in that situation. You have to get through it. You cannot stay. Like, you have to keep moving. So a lot of people have been through this for years. And so it's taken a real toll on them, and it's really disrupted the way that they experience human relationships and human interactions. It has a very far and deep reaching emotional and mental effect on people, and it stays with people for a long time. So it's like, for me, it's really important for me to just give tips and tricks for people to just kind of like figure out how to get out. So the first thing is, why was I a target? First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Keisha. I am the owner of Can Boutique in Toronto. We are a clothing store. Why was I a target? Because I dated someone who was in a tightly controlled group, and those groups are usually cults, and even if they don't want to define themselves as cults, they're definitely groups where they tightly control the lives of their victims, aka members. This group wanted to recruit me to be a drug mule. I believe that's what my ex was. And I believe, or had some sort of involvement with people that have something to do with that life. And I believe they were tightly controlling him. First, they wanted to get me out of his life, and then they wanted to recruit me. So the second thing, so that's me and why I was a target. The second thing that I want to mention is, you want to ask yourself, how do I emotionally, mentally, financially, physically, and spiritually cope with being gang stalked? And I'm gonna go over a few of these, what worked for me, and then that'll kind of give you an opportunity for you to sit down and think to yourself, like, what can work for you, and apply sort of my way of thinking to your personal situation. So emotionally, you need self-love, because you're to block out all the constant gaslighting, negative emotions, criticism, and verbal abuse that you're going to be subjected to. You need self-love. You need to love yourself. And just like when you're in love with another person, you being in love with that person makes you not care what other people believe of that person or care what other people might think of them. So That's what you need to have for yourself. You need to love yourself so deeply that it doesn't matter what other people say. The other thing is you need to eliminate fear, and this is not an option. This is something you absolutely have to do. You have to eliminate fear. That means you're no longer scared of these people. You're no longer putting yourself in a situation where they have any sort of control or manipulation over you. So emotionally, you need to find ways to block out anything negative that's coming towards you, and then to adapt to whatever it is, to block out whatever negative abuse is coming towards you. And that's in every facet of your life. Mentally, financially, you need a plan where you can take care of yourself, because they're going to be coming at your sources of income. They're going to be coming at your job. They're going to be coming at your business. They're going to be coming at anybody that is you're in a relationship with that may help you financially. They want you to have no help. So you need to protect that, and you need to get foolproof ways that you know that you're okay, in order to give you enough time to rebuild, and rebuild well and solidly with the information that you have now about life, and about the possibility that you can face some sort of 360 attack like that. Okay. Mentally, I became the villain in my own story. I'm not a victim. You know, somebody got a taste of their own medicine dealing with me. I mirrored everything back. All the behavior, everything that was being done was mirrored back. And they had to taste what it's like to experience themselves, what it's like to feel gaslit, what it's like to feel cut down within a fraction of what you may or may not be, to have people look at you like a total POS that you actually are. That's what people got to experience. They got to experience themselves with me. Didn't taste so good, huh? Yeah. I don't deal with mess. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm a Virgo. I'm a neat freak. I need everything clean and organized, so I don't respond well to chaos. You need to find ways. Write it down, make some columns, and put some notes under. How do I emotionally, mentally, financially, physically, and spiritually adapt to this situation so that it doesn't break me? And like I said, a part of mentally is becoming the villain in your own story in every way. Launch a 360-degree attack as well. But it's really important to be lucky enough to know who's sending the attacks. You gotta get down to it. You gotta figure it out. You gotta start thinking back, taking a good look at people, slowing down your interactions, not being scared of interactions with people, not isolating yourself, so that you can get out there and get in the community and figure things out, talk to people. If you just go home, go to work and go home, you're not being interacted with. You need to know what the common denominator is. You gotta figure it out. You have to go from a state where you're no longer enduring gang stalking, but you are learning, growing, adapting, and evolving into an unbreakable version of yourself. You're going to adapt to being a machine. And what does that mean? Well, if you think about it, if you're at war, because you're at war for your life. If you think about it, it's like fighting all day, and then getting off on an empty stomach, and then walking through a desert all night, 8 to 12 hours, walking through a desert until the next day on an empty stomach with no water after fighting all day. Sounds grueling? Yes. It's going to be difficult? Yes. Is it worth it? Yes. What do you do with the man that makes it on the other side of that? He can't be controlled. He's a leader because he knows what it takes, and he can endure. So after you're done enduring, while you're enduring, you need to learn. You need to learn what their tactics are. You need to learn what they want. You need to learn what makes them panic the most. You need to learn what their end goal is. And when you find a thing that makes them panic, and you find a thing that they don't want you to do, you keep pressing that button day and night consistently until they have no choice but to accept that this is what you're doing. If that is making reports, then you do that. If that is praying, then you do that. If that is meditating, then you do that. If that is going live and speaking up and putting their picture as the profile picture, then you do that. Whatever it takes, you find the weakness and you exploit it. You continue exploiting it, and you continue eliciting pain and triggering and gaslighting and pushing them into a fucking corner and destabilizing them mentally and taking away their support and their financial resources. That is what you do. Or that's what I did. I don't know if you can do that, but that's what I did. They see, he doesn't have to tell anybody that I did that. That's what I did. That's what I did. And that's where he's at. But you know, the part about doing that is he actually is a gang stalker and a monster and has a long criminal record and has a history of doing this shit, and people know it. He actually said those things. There's actual proof. Yeah. Those things were happening to me, and my entire city knows. That's the difference. I'm not the bully. I'm the savior in my own story. I saved myself. I cut myself free. And he's not escaping it because I'm not done. It's not going to be done until we reach our target. See how that works? See how that feels? We're not done. Anyway, once you become this person who's endurant and who can learn, grow, adapt, and evolve, you can thrive in chaos. You cannot just survive in chaos. You thrive, grow, build in chaos. Because you can win. You can go 24 hours, half of it fighting and half of it enduring, building, and getting away and getting to safety. You can do that. You can do that. You can do that. Take your time. You have time. Time is all you have, and you have no choice. It's either do or die anyway. You have no choice. I'm just giving you a framework by which to start. A framework. We do not wait for it to end. We force it to end. You cannot wait for people who have a financial benefit of abusing you to think that it is going to stop on its own. Why? You think people don't like money? You think they're just doing it for a good time? There's money involved in your gang stalking. There's money involved. So you don't wait for it to end. You force it to end. You force it to end. You sit there and you think about a way, but you make it end. Don't sit in this. How? That's the next question. How? So you block all points of entry. And one of the first ones is mentally. They have crawled their way into your mind and into your attention. You take that away. They have summoned your fear and you've come forth with it. You take that away. They have some type of respect because you fear them. You take that away. Any positive emotion, any stronghold, you take that away. Now, if you've lived your life in such a way where they have something over you, they may have a court case over your head, or they may have something that they can threaten with. Luckily for me, I've lived my life in a very positive manner, so I don't have such things to fear. People can't blackmail me. People can't blackmail me. I've lived a good life. I've lived a life by the law. Limit all liabilities. There are ways that there are ports of entry. You got to limit your liabilities. Okay, you have to find long-term solutions to certain things. So money might be one. You have to find a way to sustain yourself. You got to find a way to sustain yourself for long enough that you can survive. Okay? You have to close these ports of entry for long enough and still be able to survive, thrive, grow while people cannot touch you and people cannot access you. There's many ways that people access you. People have to think before they come up to you because they know you're smart and you're going to figure it out and they're going to expose themselves. They got to be careful. It has to be unsavory. Every time someone thinks about coming into your space, it has to be scary and it has to be unsavory because they don't know if their name is going to end up in an RCMP report somewhere, along with a picture, their profile, and whatever other information is available on LinkedIn or anywhere else. They have to be careful. And that's the point. You got to make people careful of you. Make people careful of you. Long-term solutions are not months, they are years. People have to get to a point where they get used to not having access to you. They get used to not being in your space. They get used to leaving you alone. They get used to having an anxiety attack anytime they come at you because you're coming back tenfold. You're coming back full force. So they gotta be afraid. Not just talk, you gotta be about action. You gotta be about action. Remove yourself. Remove yourself from people, places, things. No unnecessary interactions for a while. No ports of entry. You got to give yourself some time to heal. You got to remove yourself. Healing is a very private thing. You don't see hospitals open to, like, out there. So take your time and remove yourself from everyone. No ports of entry. Let yourself experience peace. One touch on relationships for now. What that means is you can enjoy a very normal experience the first time that you meet someone. The second time, they may or may not be a gang stalker. So try to limit these experiences that you keep having with people and limit it. You're not friendly. You can say, yeah, hey, hi, now, how are you? And then the first time somebody asks a personal question, you give them the ice. You give them a blade. You put them back in their place. You make it awkward and you humiliate them for having even passed their place like that. Publicly and loud. You make yourself uncomfortable to approach in the wrong way. You teach people how to teach you. See this right here? This is the Empress. This is the Empress in tarot. She embodies every queen in the deck, including the High Priestess. She embodies every queen in the deck. The Queen of Cups is loving, nurturing, and warm. She's the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Swords is intelligent. What would I say about her? She has strong boundaries. She doesn't play games. She's very strong. That's the Queen of Swords. Queen of Wands, life of the party, very social, engaging. People love her. Everybody loves the Queen of Wands. And she's beautiful. She's a sight to see. And what other Queen of Wands? Queen of Pentacles. She's independent. She makes her own money. She has a coin to her name. She does not have prostitute energy. She is the money. The Queen of Pentacles. The High Priestess has direct access to God. That's the High Priestess. Speaks directly to the Most High. Is favored. The Oracle. The Conduit. That's the High Priestess. Favored by the Most High. The living daughter of the Most High. Extremely protected and respected on all realms. That's the High Priestess. And the Empress. To be an Empress, you must embody every queen in the deck, including the High Priestess. In order to be called an Empress, it is an honor to be an Empress. That's what it is to be a divine feminine. Is to be an Empress, every queen in the deck. So that's what you're going to have to be for a while. One touch on relationships, and you're going to have to adapt yourself to the other suits in the deck that you're not yet. So you might be able to make a little coin, a little dollar, but you might not be so loving. You need to tap into your emotions. You might end up being loving, but you might be a social recluse and not able to work your way around a room and build a relationship and keep a relationship. Okay, that's the Queen of Wands. You might not be spiritually inclined. Your spiritual body might be non-existent. You might not talk to God, so God doesn't know how to reach you. God doesn't know how to come get you out of Dodge. That's the High Priestess. You got to focus on every single part of your human body, every part of your vessel. Okay, you do all of that and you keep reporting. Hey YouTube, check out Can Boutique for super trendy dresses and genuine furs on clearance as low as 70% off. Prices starting as low as $27 Canadian. Visit www.shopcan.com. And you keep reporting. Local police are a waste of time. They're easily paid off. They're easily scared off. You need to report federally. Make federal reports consistently. proper reports. Know what to report, know what not to report, know what to say, know what not to say. Make sense. It's time to it's time to start talking sense, and time for a lot of you guys to stop talking about nonsense. You need to be taken seriously. This is not just about telling people you don't have to reveal everything that you're going through to make it okay. But all of you guys can't be sounding crazy. And I say that with love, but be realistic. I come on here and I can speak spiritually about this situation, but people also know that when they approach me, I'm not an idiot. I'm not a fool, and you're not getting over on me. In no way. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care what college you went to. And I don't care how much money you earn and what color you are. We're going toe to toe mentally. That's how it is to operate with me. You understand what I'm saying? Also, the longer they have no access to you is the more chance you have to heal. You can't keep going through abuse over long extended periods of time. It has an impact on you mentally and emotionally. The longer you keep the access, that's why I say your plan needs to be years long, not months long. The longer they have no access, the more they have no choice but to leave you alone. They want to sit there and wait for you for 10, 15, 20 years to get access to you. People got to move on at some point. In the meantime, you shell down on their life though. You keep shelling while you remove access to you. They got to keep coming towards you. It's dangerous to come towards you because you're still shelling. And like I said, it's not done until it's done. There is a target here. We too have targets on this side. I have a target that's been very clearly set out, a mandate. So the job is not done until the job is done. And the job's not done. I don't care how down he is. The job's not done. Enter. You do all that. You do all of that. You develop yourself into every card in the deck. The suits. Even as a man, just remove queen and put king. The king of pentacles. There she is. The queen of pentacles. She gets her little coin. She gets her little dollar. That's the queen of pentacles. I'm going to show you guys this. You got to adapt yourself over time. You have to adapt yourself over time to become the best version of yourself. And that's when you become the Grandmaster. You enter your Grandmaster phase of life. There she is, the Queen of Wands. Beautiful in the life of the party. You have to continue growing yourself, evolving. That's what healing is about. Healing is about growing as a person. It's about continuing to push through. It's about ascending, constantly ascending. The High Priestess, here she is. She's honored. She's highly intuitive. She's psychic. The Queen of Cups, a mother, a nurturer. This is someone's wife. This is someone's mother. This is someone's grandmother. This is a woman that you love. This is a woman that you cherish. This is a woman that you protect. That's the Queen of Cups. What have I always said? You exercise discipline and patience. This is the Queen of Swords. This is a warrior goddess. She's a warrior. She's a soldier. She does not lose. She is not a victim. She is a survivor. She takes her men into war. And we don't lose. We've never lost. And we never will. A clean track record, 100% track record, is important to me. I take it very seriously. So, I'd prefer to die in battle than to surrender. I don't surrender my life. I don't know what y'all talking about. We'll see how you guys face though. See how many casualties. Shouldn't have done it. Should not have done it. So, this is them. All 4 queens in the deck. Plus, the High Priestess. The Child of God status. We'll put this right up here. All of this equals this. As you evolve and you become all of these, you become this. And for men, it's the Emperor. For men, it's the Emperor. Only there's no High Priest card in the deck. So they just need to be the 4 kings. The Empress takes care of the Emperor spiritually. The Empress takes care of the Emperor spiritually. She is tapped into the Most High. So he doesn't need that. He just needs to provide and protect, be available. And he is the King of Cups, so he is warm, he is emotional, he is nurturing, he is caring, he is a father, he is a leader, he is a guide. He's the King of Cups, which means he can build a 10 of Cups. Something that's not the King of Cups, like a King of Cups reversed, can only build a 10 of Cups reversed, as evident by the results. Because intelligent people work with results, not with ideas they make appear to protect the fragile ego. They work with results, and when the results say contrary, they use this. They start using this, and they say, maybe I need to adjust my perspective. Maybe I've been wrong here. Maybe I need to reframe this and turn this. Not maybe I need to change the situation to adapt to what I'm thinking. Wrong move. Dangerous. Dangerous. Once you enter, and I've always said, to be a grandmaster in your own life, you need patience and you need discipline in all things. Whatever you build, whatever you toil towards, you need patience and you need discipline. It is important. So you do not leave yourself victim to your own emotions. You do not leave yourself susceptible to thoughts in your head wandering on their own. You must have control. You must maintain control. You must be strong enough to also walk away when you know there is something bigger than you that you cannot control. You don't dig deeper. That's not very smart. That is not a grandmaster. That's a gang stalker. That's a gang stalker. Pay attention. Even though it's a little too late to be paying attention now, the problem's already out of control. The problem has evolved and adapted. It's a little dangerous now. Once you enter this timeline, you enter your heaven on earth. Do you see why this process is necessary? Because you're not just handed heaven on earth, you build it. You can build it. You can build heaven on earth for yourself. Be smart about this opportunity that you've been given. Be smart about this opportunity that you've been given. Survive it. Don't give your life away. Don't just give it away. That's not what you're here for. You're here to learn. You're here to be the best version of yourself. You're here to be a success story. A success story. You're here to gain your respect and rank up spiritually in a very short space of time. What takes lifetimes for other people to get, you can get right now in a year to 3 years of grueling battle. You don't just get to be a grandmaster without facing war. You have to beat the game. You have to learn how to see through illusions, learn how to see through what's going on here, see through the matrix and beat it. You don't ask for power, you take it. You take it. You take the role, you take it away from whoever is already seated there. Doesn't matter how many disadvantages you have. You're clearly in it because you're worth it and because you can do it. You can do it. You think because you're outnumbered that you can't do it, but inside of you is 4 kings. Inside of you is 4 kings, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. The 4 deadly horsemen is inside of you. At least inside of me. I don't know. They bring Armageddon, they bring chaos. A conduit, a portal. So, Earn your heaven on earth. Don't whine. Be strong. Be strong in all things. Be unmovable. Be in control of your emotions. Not just an outpouring of emotions that you consider to be good and pure, but be in control of your lower emotions as well. Be in control of yourself. It's normal to have an outburst here and there. It's normal to feel emotions, but you cannot let them rule you. You cannot let them overtake you. You cannot let them run your life. You cannot let them allow you to self-sabotage. It is an emotion. It is not a fact. That's why you need to spend a lot more time differentiating between facts, assumptions, and fiction. Assumptions are born out of emotions, out of your perception, not out of necessarily what's going on. Be very clear. Be very clear. And finally, you need to start operating out of the appropriate mindset. In addition to meditation, you want to listen to, one thing I used to listen to, war drums. There's something about it. Maybe it's psychological, but war drums make you feel energized. They make you feel as if you have a mission and a purpose, and they keep you strong. You need to keep yourself in a state of strength always, and of control. And that takes discipline and patience. Some people need that just to face the end that they built for themselves. Anybody dealing with me needs that, because it's getting worse. It gets worse all the time. Every time you turn and look at the situation, it gets worse. Maybe people just don't know yet. Maybe they don't know yet. But even if they don't have to deal with me directly, they have to deal with their money stopping. They have to deal with all kinds of things, right? So be careful out there. Learn, adapt, grow, and evolve. Become the best version of yourself. Begin to thrive. And then cut yourself loose of this situation and go out there and fucking conquer with no inhibitions, no fears, no nothing. Just step into the world, and the world will know that you're one who survived and who's not to be played with. So have yourself a great day, and I hope to see more people on the other side. It's about time we see more videos of people saying that they were gang stalked and they survived and they broke out. That's what we want to see. We're done with the complaining and the crying and the this and the that. You guys are overanalyzing too much. We got to cut ourselves free. Love you. Sending lots and lots of love, and have a great day. Bye.